Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel and thank you for watching. Ito po yung place na matagal na namin pinagplanuhan puntahan kasi napakalayo sa place namin. Kaya lang nakapanghihinayang guys kasi nang i-check ko yung DJI cam ko, wala talaga yung first part ng video ng tour. Yung nandun lang is yung mid part hanggang sa pabalik na kami sa hotel. But still I want to share you guys this video of our tour experience. And I hope you still enjoy watching. Yung nasa picture guys, yun ang great stalactite underground the cave.
That's the last time.
Okay. Thank you.
So we're coming into the second biggest chamber in the cave, and the stream comes under the wall and it goes out past that light. And I'll tell you where it goes in a few minutes. But this is where I try to explain a bit more about the formations and the crystals and the weird shapes they make. On this side of the cave, you haven't got the same flow of water that gives you the great stalactite, but you water coming through small cracks, and even just coming through the limestone, seeping through pores in the limestone. So some layers of limestone take water much easier than others. It's coming through at different speeds, and even the chemistry of the water changes a little bit. But it's not just about the water coming through, it's when the water meets the air. And it's all about airflow and different patterns of air moving. There really isn't very much air moving down here. I've often been down here in a bad storm and you don't feel it. But there's air moving constantly around the shapes of the roof and the shapes of the walls. So when the water meets the air, that's when the crystals grow in different directions. Usually they follow gravity and the calcite runs down like that, called flowstone. But on this wall you have something very different. You have these little spikes like shark's teeth. They're called helictites.
It's like molds, you know.
The crystals, they're not growing with gravity, they're growing up, twisting around, and even sometimes changing direction. So it does some very strange things.
Yeah, it's going back, look.
It's going back up.
Yeah.
But only a small distance away, you have these things, and these are running down. Those are called helictites. That comes from the Greek helix, meaning twisted. These are much more common. These are called soda straws, and they're going completely in the opposite direction. They're hollow, and each one has a drop of water coming through every few hours. So each drop of water of these is giving you a ring of the crystals at the end of the straw. That one's got its own stalagmite. They do change a little bit. But then you get these kind of effects, like a finger. That may just be a tube that's got blocked, that's getting thicker rather than longer. But it tells you the great stalactite probably started out as something like that. It had to start somewhere.
But this one is like, look, going back.
Very strange.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I'm not a geologist. I don't find it hard to explain.
Come on, baby, come
Going
on.
down a little bit further. Looking down here, we have a flat roof again, which, if you like, is a mirror image of a seabed. You can almost see the patterns in the sand. We've got a crack running through it, and some very good formations here. That's a big cluster of those helictites, like a bird's nest. And that is very unusual, that one. But further along, we have more,
The big one.
and then in the corner, that's a column, where stalagmite and stalactite have
They
met,
meet together.
where they've grown together.
Yeah.
That's only a small one, it's still many thousands of years old, but you can imagine eventually the great stalactite should grow down, the big one should grow down, maybe 300,000 years, and meet the lump on the floor. So we'll have a party that day. We'll invite you back. Okay, that's enough nonsense about calcite. It is science, it's not magic, but it's rather wonderful, complicated and mysterious science. The next question, very briefly, where does the stream go?
It's going down.
To the sea. But like a lot of things down here, it doesn't go in a straight line. Just the other side of that light, you can't go any further unless you have diving. breathing apparatus and diving equipment. It's a kind of a dead end and a very narrow slot going down to the bottom of the cave, which is full of mud and water and gravel. So if you're really crazy, you can get diving equipment, but you don't get very far. They went into this the first time in 1979 and they didn't get very far, so they had to give up.
So they're not really.
But then they put a colour in the water, they put dye in the water to find out where it went. And they did this in most of the underground streams. To the southeast of here, it nearly all goes down towards Ennis and Limerick into the River Shannon. But in this area, the northwestern corner of Burren, about 3 underground streams, they all go north. And the sea north of here has freshwater springs coming out. So if you're lucky enough to be in a boat on a very calm sea, you can actually see places where the water comes, fresh water comes up. But this water it maybe travels 5 kilometres and it takes maybe 3 or 4 days. But the good news for us is we're a long way from the sea. We're 15 metres above the level of the sea, so we're quite safe. The sea doesn't come back in through here. And just to talk a little bit about safety, we do get really crazy people going into caves with no lights, without good lights, or without proper thermal clothing. It's not that warm. You need good clothes, you need good equipment, and you need to know where you're going. So we have sometimes had people getting lost, sometimes people getting hypothermic, this is not very warm and wet, it's very damp. And we've sometimes had more serious rescues with accidents with mud and rock. So if you are going to explore caves, please go with someone who knows where they're going and what they're doing and have the right equipment. Common sense, common sense. Okay, I'm now going to show you some fossils. You can clearly see the layers in the stone, different colours and different textures. Each layer has a different population of fossils. So that darker layer is actually full of corals. You can see individual corals all the way along that layer. The next layer up also has coral, and if you follow that layer around, you see a lot of shells in the rock. So that's a layer of very shelly limestone, and there's another shell layer further down there as well. So you see shells in different layers. But if you want to get a bit closer...
Yes, Baba. Kaya nga.
Seahorse.
I'm just going to show you, before we go out again, the rock is very gritty. And you can see little shapes. Circles and tubes. And if you follow it along here, you've got a big one. So this is what was living on the bottom of the sea 330 million years ago. The crazy thing is, we still have these things.
And we don't know what it is.
They're called crinoids. There are a lot of different types of them.
Okay.
They're actually related to starfish, so they have a common ancestor with starfish, but they haven't changed very much. If you can go scuba diving in a modern tropical sea, you can actually see these things crawling along the seabed. And they have kind of feathers, almost like a fan coming out of the end of the tube. They filter feed on plankton. So they're still around. So what I'm saying is, this stuff is about 300 million years old.
Again,
Probably the best name.
Ivory dreadlocks.
You said it before, the crystal chandelier.
The crystal
Give it some
chandelier.
respect. It's an amazing thing.
It is.
Okay, thank you very much for your interest. We'll
Yeah.
start moving out now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And be careful on the way. Take your time, be careful on the way back. You can put your helmets on the left, on the shelf. When you get to the bottom of the shelf, you can leave your helmets on the left. And safe journey. So,
Thank
thank you
you.
very much, guys.
Ba't nagpaiwan siya?
Hindi mo, suwilaw, para nun niya. Kasi may sa mga kuwan kanina, simento, pigi-spray nyo ba? Para di magawa nila sa clay yan. Ba, clay ba ka na? Clay. Nagabagsak ka hindi ka, piga ko ano yung simento. Rio. Nasitaktan mo.
Di mo na-reparo niya, tadi siya nagsabi.
Ha?
Di siya nagsabi.
Pigmina ka na eh. So, tugdugdugdugdugdugdug, pinabutangan ni Juan. Din ang
Ala.
para maglubot siya. Para mag-ibo ka din.
Going out. Hindi Di na, daddy ka lang ka mo pa nga hindi man ako. Allah. Ang taas kasi niya. Di pwede siya. Sora lang ka.
Angin ka rin pala.
Kuryente.
Angin.
Abuto mo. Abuto mo.
Pang mo.
Aray ko. Aray. Dati dito daw.
Ato yun?
Going back to the stairs.
Poing.
Balik na kami guys. Tas. Asan ka? Daddy, may upuan dito, Sabi niya, take your time. Pwede kang mag-rest. Oh, God. Oh. Imagine,
Please do
yung
not
hagdan,
No,
ang lalim-lalim na tapos nagbaba pa tayo.
Mike Dickinson.
Asan yung tapat yung stalactite?
Kung kita mo ka na.
Doon sa puno?
Kita mo ka na.
Ano? Ayan yun yung naka-discover. Nakita ko yan sa kwan.
Unveiled on the 7th anniversary.
Nature trail open. Look, walk. Look, walk. Walk. Oh, God. Worth it. Nakaraos yung bata.
Rami. Sino may auto sindahan ni Daddy?
Makisabay na kita.
Pay.
Ang mahal to, diba? Buy ka water.
Worth it
Nice.
to the
Worth it.
chandelier. Worth it to the chandelier.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Maybe a million years ago.
Yes. That's the one under. Buy ka daddy water.
Huh?
Tubig.
Look at this one. Yeah. We are here from Dublin.
Yeah, from
That's a
Doolin
Galway.
to Galway, Galway to Doolin.
Wait.
Dito.
Galway.
andito yung
Yeah,
Galway.
County Galway.
Ito yung aral.
So it's Galway.
Then,
This Cliff of Moher over here.
so we travel from Dublin to Galway to Doolin to the cave. And if you want to go the island, gusto ko to malaki, Daddy,
Yeah, make it enlarged.
para nakikita mo kung saan ka na nakapunta. Gusto ko pa dito. Tingnan mo yung court. Andito pa yung dingle sa baba niyan. Yung ring of Kerry. Dito ata yun. Ring of Kerry.
So, may water.
Daddy, tubig. Sa building talaga siya, no, Daddy? Kala mo wala. Pa building. Hindi ko rin aram na may ganyan. Nakita ko siya. Yung stalactite, asan na yung banda?
Sabi niya sa may
Baka
kauyakan.
doon, dyan sa may kahon niyan. So ayun, ano yun?
Maybe church, maybe old castle.
Ang ganda nitong dilaw. Daffodils. Ayan siya, guys. Patay siya sa likod, Daddy. Ito, kaya pala iba yung kulay niya. Ito,
Patay kasi wala na dumaan.
walang tubig.
It depends on the water to
Going back to the hotel. 45 minutes again. Ah. Mabinta din siguro sila kahit walang tour. Kasi nilagay nila sa
pero
internet.
ang ano nila, baka kasama sila sa tourism pero hindi kasama sa
Sa
mga turo. Doolin. Gasongkan sa falls kaan may lugar na galing siya yeah pinakreta ka
Inis. 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 Mo. Ito kita mga libot-libot. May museum doon. Fiddle and bow. Fiddle plus bow. Oh, ato yun na si Juana. Oh, kaya ne. Colina. After 45 minutes walk, we're back to the hotel.